Hi everyone, I'm FM Greeno. Welcome along to day 11 of Help Will Come Tomorrow, our survival game set in the Siberian wilderness. The 4 survivors of the train crash are all still alive, all in pretty good health, pretty good spirits. We've got a busy day ahead though in camp. So as you can see, the weather today is freezing, and that's had an impact on everybody. Everyone is cold here, you can see. The little snowflake next to them shows that they are cold. But we do have to be a little bit mindful about cranking up the fire too much or anything, because it's stopped snowing, which has increased the camp visibility. So you can see here, camp visibility is currently 35%, and I don't really want it to get much higher than that, to be honest. Obviously, the higher the visibility is, the more chance there is of the renegades finding us. We have had a little bit of snow overnight, so obviously that's destroyed our shelter, and the quality has gone down to 24%, so we probably need to repair that in some way. But what we can do to help with the visibility of the camp is up here with the fence area. There is a solid camouflaged area that we can make. So this reduces the visibility of the camp, increases the efficiency of snares. Well, we haven't got any snares yet, but that's something that's on the list of things to do. So maybe that would be a good thing for us to try and focus on if we can. Try and get that upgraded a little bit. Obviously, the less visibility, the more chance we have of making it through. But the first thing we need to do, obviously, is come over here and take care of this snowbank. So we are going to send young Sergei up here, and he can take the snow away. Increased his fatigue a little bit. He's used an action point in doing it. But that's okay. Now, in terms of repairing this, we could probably do with that being done too. Now, I can't remember which of the guys is best at this sort of stuff. And Maria, I know, is a mender, so she can recover AP from the repair of camp structures, potentially. So I think maybe she's a good candidate to come up here and do this. So let's bring her up. Repair. And what have we got in terms of structure? I think we can use the clay here. There's not much else use for the clay that I've come across yet. Wood, we just need one little bit of wood, so we will use, what have we got here? 1 stick. There we go. Now she's going to repair this, and brilliantly, she didn't use an action point in doing so. That's great news. So that's something we can really think about for other areas that need repairing. So the shelter has gone up to 49%, and the workshop took a bit of a hit during the night. It almost slid into a ravine, apparently. So maybe we can get her to come and do exactly the same over here. So if we repair this, similarly, we need a branch or a stick. A little bit of structure. This time we'll use some stones. And she's done it again. Didn't use an action point. Well done, Maria. You are proving very useful this morning. Now, you're absolutely knackered. Oh, and you've managed to cut your hand. Marvellous. Well, you better come up here and get that taken care of then. So, is it a wound dressing that we need for that? I think it is. So we need to use a rag. Maria comes up here. Stitch the wound to speed up the healing process and reduce the chance of infecting the body. Okay. So we'll do that. So she did use an action point in repairing herself, but we fixed the problem. Her hand is no longer cut or bleeding or whatever, so that's good. So we have the usual morning activities that we need to take care of. Everybody's a little bit hungry and thirsty. We don't have any water left, I don't think. I think that was the last of it that we just used there. Now, one thing that I did want to think about was upgrading this water filter so we actually get some more. So let's have a little look. So we need charcoal, we need material. So we would need to use one of our canvas for that. And we need some structure. I think, again, we can use some scrap metal. And who's going to come and do this? I think these 2 guys can take care of that. Not very fond of each other, but not disastrously unfond of each other. Their morale went down a little bit. Their fatigue went up a little bit. They both used an action point. But we will now have a better water filter. Okay. So, let's get... maybe Maria can come down and filter the water. Is that a good idea? Yeah, let's get Maria to come and do it. Come on, down you come. Actions, filter the water. And we should get more water this time. So we get 6 now. That's perfect. Okay. So, I think it's probably soup time again then, isn't it? What have we got that we can put in soup today? We have got some mushrooms, so we could have a mushroom soup. That sounds pretty appealing. So again, Maria is generally the best at this. Some cooked food. What have we got? Mushroom soup. We do have 4 of exactly the same type of mushroom. So they can come up into here. The fire level is good enough. And we will cook some soup. Okay, so that's Maria used all of our action points for the day. But she has done pretty good work, it has to be said. And we're going to go and let her have a little kip in a minute because she's absolutely wrecked. But first of all, you'd better have some soup. Everybody gets soup this morning. Here we go. That should help with their hunger. It should help with the cold a little bit. So Maria is still shivering. The 2 guys here seem to be a little bit better off. Still a bit of shivering here with Dimitri, but he'll live. We've still got some thirst going on, and we've only got 2 water at the moment. But is it worth... Maybe... Well, let's have a little think. We'll give it out what we've got. Who's the thirstiest? So, 40 here for Sergei. Oh, only 25 for Sir Edward Grey. Oh, because he's not thirsty. Maria, 37. And Dimitri, only 32. So Dimitri will have to do without for now. So we'll give 1 here. And 1 here. So that solves that problem. So we've just got a bit of tiredness. A little bit of cold. Otherwise, not too bad. So, we have some action points left here for Sir Edward Grey, for Dimitri, and 1 for Sergei. And I want to try and take care of some stuff around the camp. So I think the first thing we're going to do is to come up here and see if we can do this camouflage area. So what do we need for this? We've got string. That's good. Oh, we haven't got enough needles. Oh, that's a shame. Okay. How about if we try and do the palisade instead? What this does, it reduces damage to the camp structures by bad weather. Well, we've been suffering with that quite a bit recently. So I think potentially that would be a good use of some of our resources. So what else do we need? Still got loads of scrap metal, so that's good. In terms of wood, we can use the sticks again. I think that's okay. Now, Dimitri is good at building stuff, we know that. Sir Edward Grey will come up with him. Not that fond of each other, not too worried. So let's upgrade this. So that's a little bit more sturdy looking. That should keep the breeze out a little bit better. Hopefully that might even help with their cold somewhat as well. So that's good. We're happy with that. Workshop's looking good. Yeah, we might get Maria to do some repairs tomorrow as well, maybe, with some of her action points. Might be a good shout. So let's have a little look what else we can do. So camp visibility still at 35. Hasn't reduced the visibility any. We obviously need the camouflage to do that, so we'll go out and find some needles tomorrow, possibly. So what are we going to do here? We can do something here with the workshop, maybe. So what have we got? Things that we can do. We can make tools. So we've got a knife, hammer, a shovel. We haven't got enough. Have we got enough sticks? Yeah, we've just got enough sticks to make a shovel. A torch. Torch might be good when we're going out on expeditions. Snowshoes might be good. A sack to help carry things. Lots of different things that we could potentially use. So a hatchet allows you to obtain more timber. Well, I'm not too worried about that. It increases the multiplier of resources collected during the expedition and helps to find more when gathering brushwood. So that would be useful to have. Snowshoes help you move in snowy terrain. Reduce the loss probability. That could be good. Fishing rod, well, self-explanatory. The torch reduces the loss probability too. And can help in some events. Not quite sure what. This facilitates the extraction of roots or mushrooms. I'm not too bothered about that. Useful for building and breaking up stones. Sharp and reliable in the wilds. Helps with processing the resources. I'm not quite sure which of those is the best option. Or we have weapons here. So, arrows. We've got feathers. We've got sticks. We have got sharp materials. So we could make... I'm not sure we can make that completely. And I think we'd probably want to use the string for something better. Harpoon. Don't think we really want that either. Okay. Right, well, I'm going to have a little think about that. But in the meantime, we're going to come over here and see about making a blanket, possibly. So, this needs material. Have we got enough? I don't think we have. No. We need 2 canvas and we've only got 1. Okay, well that solves that problem. We're not doing that today then. So, I think we're probably going to make a couple of tools. So which one are we going to go with? What? Or unless we want to make an improvement here. Solid, well-equipped workshop. Oh yeah, we should do this. Because then we can maybe do something with the gun. We haven't got any bullets. We do need to go and try and find bullets. But, yeah, this looks like a good option. So, structure. We'll use the stones again. Or maybe bones. We haven't really found much use for them yet. Wood. We will use wooden logs, I guess. Seems a bit of a waste of resources, but that's okay. And we'll get these guys up here to do that. Okay, so the workshop is really coming together now. So this unlocks the items pistol and rifle. So if we go down to the weapons bit, does that... Yeah, look, rifle helps in hunting. We need 1 rifle, 5 bits of scrap metal, and some string. Is that the best thing we can do today, though? Bearing when we don't have any bullets? Or would it be better to build something that actually helps us, like a tool? That's a tricky one, isn't it? Very tricky. The torch, I think, would be helpful. Yeah, you know what? We're going to play it safe. We're going to do the torch now, and we'll probably end up doing the rifle tomorrow, I guess. I think that's the best thing to do. So, oh, do we only need 1 person to do this? Or do we not have enough resources? We should have. So what's going on here then? Torch? Oh, because he didn't have any action points, I suppose. So, we only need 1 person to do this. That's interesting. So maybe we can make a couple of things then. Okay, so Sergei has made a torch. Good lad. Come out of there then. Now we've got this 1 action point left. Do we use it to filter water? Or are we going to wait and do that in the morning? And maybe see if we can make something else. Make another tool. So we've made a torch. Maybe the snowshoes or the sack. I think we probably need more material than we've got. Yeah. So we can't do that. We could maybe do the snowshoes. Oh no, we haven't got enough sticks for that. Okay. A hammer. Could make a hammer. Or a knife. A knife might be helpful. We can take these things out on the expeditions with us, you see. We can use the bones to make a knife. Sticks, bones, and string. And then we bring Sir Edward Grey up here. Cool. So we got a knife now. I wonder if that's going to help us in terms of hunting things. Instead of throwing a pebble at a deer, we can at least throw a knife at it. Might do a bit more. Okay. So that's our first tools. That's really encouraging. That's really good. Okay, so we need to pick a couple of people to have a little rest now. So who's it going to be? I think we're going to go with Maria, because she is by far the most exhausted. And then let's have a look at who's the tiredest out of these guys. So 34 for Sergey. That's not too bad. 45 for Sir Edward Grey. Oh, yeah, look. Dimitri, 73. Time for a Kipzant. So, rest. These two. Down you go. Get your heads down. Leave these two by the fire for a bit. Now, it is freezing. So, do we risk putting a little bit more on the fire, or are we just going to leave it as it is? I'm just worried about this camp visibility. I think for tonight, I'm probably just going to leave it as it is. And then hopefully in the morning, if they're too cold, we can get some soup in them and that'll warm them up again. I think that's probably the best plan. Okay, so it looks like we're done for today. Nice kind of day around the camp, sorting a few things out. No need to go out on an expedition. But tomorrow we're definitely going to have to. We need some more resources. We need some more string. We need some more canvas. So looks like we'll be heading down towards the train line again. Anyway, that's it for the day. Let's head into the night time. See what these guys want to talk about around the campfire tonight. As normal, we have 5 topics here that we can pick from. Undercutting the branch, good manners, greetings to arms, which is a new one, how to survive here, and Maria's grief. I think we'll probably steer away from that one for now. We don't want her morale to take a hit. But what's this undercutting the branch all about? Do you know what is wrong with the Bolsheviks? Is something wrong with them? Would you like to see the return of Tsarism as well? I will tell you then. The private Germans we are fighting with are also socialists for the most part, and they came to the front as a result of widespread mobilization, not bloodlust. And yet, each of them, without exception, has a portrait of the Emperor with him, whether on a cigarette case, on a piece of paper, or medallion. They put the interests of their nation higher than parties, idealists, and even private desires. Even as socialists, they consider themselves primarily Germans. Hence the honor to Emperor Wilhelm and respect for his merits. So he's a supporter of the Tsar, possibly, then, is he? Russian socialists want to reject nationalities and radicalize. They are ready to sacrifice their own state, that is, cut the branch they are sitting on, in the name of a utopian idea. He's very ideological here, isn't he? Do you sympathise with the Germans, or after all a branch can be cut if one comes off it? Doesn't even make sense, does it? Okay. Do you sympathise with Germans? Well, one could expect the worst from you, but this is unbelievable. Oh, that's not gone down well at all. Wow, she really doesn't like him now. I am far from liking the Prussians. It's more respect for the enemy and aversion to Bolshevik anarchy. So his morale went up, but she doesn't like him quite so much anymore, so that's a bit of a shame. And what do we have here? Marauders, rationality, not a step back, how to survive here, or Trans-Siberian Railway. So which one do we fancy here? How to survive here. Does anyone know what you can eat in this frosty wilderness? And how to protect yourself from this nightmarish cold? Well, you've been eating soup every day, so that's not so bad, is it? The locals are the Evenks and the Buryats. From what I know, they eat stroganina, which is simply any type of frozen raw meat, cut to chips so that it can be chewed. Now that would all be well and good if we could find any meat. Should we eat raw meat? Probably not while you got a fire there, mate. It's a fact that the Westerners have somehow never got used to the indigenous cuisine. Instead, they roll pelmeni with flour, fatty meat, onions and salt. It's a practical meal. Just cook in a cauldron, and you even have the broth to drink. He's suggesting making a stew of some kind, is he? Great. But where do we get flour and onions here? I guess we will have to eat the stroganina. If we get the right amount of meat at all. Any meat after what are we on now, day 11? We must hunt for something. Not only for meat, but also for skins. Cold kills first. If we want to walk in the woods, we'll need better clothing. It's a good point. And if we stay in this grove, you had better think about some protection against wind. The roof that can withstand the pressure of snow and the seeds of needles, so that we do not frostbite. You know what? That's a very unusually constructed sentence. So what have we got here? First, let's gather some fuel at least. I'm glad you know about hunting. Let's go with that second option. I'm glad that you know about hunting. Now that we have assigned the roles, I hope you will bring something delicious tomorrow. Okay, a bit of a challenge there. So, I don't think they were the best conversations we've ever had around the fireplace. Seemed to hit morale a little bit, but hopefully not so much that it impacts on the action points that everyone gets for tomorrow. Let's have a little look and see. Where are we at? No, we're good. We are good. 3 action points for everybody. Excellent news. And not too many problems to deal with by the looks of it either. So let's have a little look at see how the campers ended up. Oh, another little incident here. The morning brought a blood-chilling message. Some of the supplies were gone. You glance at each other in gloomy silence, and the question must arise in every head. What would really be worse? A mysterious oppressor able to get unnoticed to the camp? Or a thief among you? Oh, interesting. So what have they taken then? Well, they left the rotten food behind. They didn't get the honey. That's good news. I'm not quite sure what they've actually made off with. Seem to have pretty much everything we had before by the looks of it. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. Right, well that's the end of day 11. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. It was a pretty productive kind of day. Obviously we didn't go out anywhere, but the camp is starting to come together. It's looking a lot more habitable. I think it's going to support the guys a lot better than it was previously. If you have enjoyed it, please drop a like on there for me. Help me get seen by more people, of course. And if you've got any comments about this episode, any hints or tips for if you've played the game, I would love to see them in the comments below. And of course, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, you know what to do. Come and hop on the Greeno bus. There is plenty of room for all of you. It just remains for me to thank you for watching, and we will see you soon for day 12 of Help Will Come Tomorrow. Bye for now.